Take us through your thought process, Adam, in 2020, the offseason of 2020. In March, the team trades away Stefon Diggs. And then in April, they draft this kid named Justin Jefferson from LSU. What were you thinking through it all, knowing and seeing the success that you had with Stefon? And then, of course, they trade him away and then draft Justin Jefferson in the first round.
Yeah, obviously, initial reaction was I was pretty bummed out. Diggs and I had a great relationship, still have a great relationship to this day. Man, when it was a tough year, that 2019 season, just with a lot going on. And then I know he needed it for himself, and it was the best thing for him to just get a fresh start, go somewhere else. And I was happy for him for that. But man, I love playing ball with him. I loved competing with him. I loved the chemistry we had of we kind of fed off one another. And we could tell each other anything. I mean, we had hour-long conversations at times about stuff that people don't even know about. So it was cool to have that in the receiver room. So then going into 2020, I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know who was going to be the other starter. Mm-hmm. I didn't know who was going to be in that receiver room. And you just never know, right? Like, You hope it's a guy that you get along with and can have a relationship with. And then we draft Justin. I remember watching him in college, obviously winning the national championship. And when we drafted him, I was like, all right, I like this. And then when you get to know him, as Pat knows, like, what a dude. I mean, it's so fun to be in the receiver room with him and all of our guys. But it's been awesome getting to know him and then playing with him. So it's almost like, I hate to say it, but it's almost like it was a seamless transition because it was just two guys that, man, they love to compete. They love football. And we've had a great relationship. So I'm very blessed, honestly. Like, man, when people talk about football, that's why it's the greatest team game, because when you talk about football, like, man, like, why aren't you having these numbers, or how in the world did you have these numbers this year? Like, it's like, well, man, there's so many things that lead into that. But one of those things is having great teammates and great people around you. So thankful and blessed to have those guys for a majority of my career.
I was about to say, it's very, very rare that a wide receiver is a part of one of the best wide receiver duos in the National Football League. They trade that one of the pieces away and add another piece who's a young piece, and you're part of one of the best wide receiver duos in the National Football League. How has Justin been able to just dominate so early in his career? And you're a crafty guy. You study the game. You study DBs. You study other wide receivers. But whatever you've seen from Justin is like, wow. Is instantly, like you said, his rookie year was unbelievable. And because of that and because of your success, you're one of the best wide receiver duos in the National Football League. But what have you seen from Justin that has allowed him to dominate like he's been dominating?
Yeah, if I was just like watching film, if I was like on a different team and I was like, oh, man, this guy's really good. I want to see what he's doing. I would say, like, man, he's just so he can do a lot of different things. He can go in the slot. He can go outside. He can run the go ball. He can run a hitch route. He can do everything. And he's got great hands, got great ball skills. But then when you see him inside the building, you see how much he just loves football. Like nothing else. Like he loves football. And he loves his teammates. Like he's always smiling, joking around. He's the same guy. He has a bad practice or a bad game. Like, he's the same guy the next day. Like, he's super mad at himself. He's super competitive, but that dude loves football. And I love that about him, and that's why he's great. I think, as Pat knows, you go to like one Pro Bowl and you see all the guys there, and you realize why they're there, because they love ball. They love ball. Obviously talented, obviously athletic, obviously really good at football. But man, they love football, and you see that from the minute you walk in that locker room at a Pro Bowl. And he's one of those guys.
Yeah, I agree.